Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Life with Alex. And have you subscribed to my channel? In case you haven't, subscribe to my channel, hit that subscribe button. And also, karibuni sana. Oh, I will allow him to introduce himself.
Oh God,
yes.
Am I the first person this year?
Yeah, you're the first person, imagine, on my
Clearly,
channel this year.
You guys will be blessed. Let's start the year with a bang.
It's a beautiful year.
My name is Isaiah Lohutsa.
Tell us, what do you do? Who are you?
Who am I? Isaiah is a father of so many kids. I'm a family man and I love my family. I'm a Mercedes enthusiast and I also sell parts for Mercedes, in case you don't know.
And are you always this quiet? I don't know, as a quiet guy.
I'm an interior designer by study and by, should I say profession?
Yeah.
And by doing, that's what I say. By profession, I can always change my profession, but by doing, I'm an interior designer. Yeah, with the vast experience. So many years
of experience, yeah.
Yes.
So karibu sana to my channel.
Asante sana for welcoming me. It's a pleasure.
No. Imagine it's all for creating
friends,
creating time to be here. I know you're a busy guy.
I'm never busy for my friends. Like I told you, even after this show, I'm going for a rush show.
I know.
It's on a
Saturday.
Yeah. No, time for me and my friends is every day. We meet every day with my friends now. Like-minded friends. Yes.
So, and me and Isaiah, we've been friends since last year. So last year, yes.
Call it a year.
A year now. So
a blessed year.
Yeah, it's been 2022 was full of ups, downs.
Yeah, but it was blessed. And
it was a blessing for us. So karibu sana, and thank you for making time once again. So, and the reason as to why we're here, I know people are back at work. And maybe this year ulikuwa unafikiria au ulikuwa una feel like, you know what, I don't want to go back to the same workplace kwa sababu it's a bit toxic. So we're here to talk about a toxic working environment. We have been victims of one. We have been victims, both of us. We have been a victim of a toxic working environment, but we are glad we are here.
Yeah, we thank God.
We thank God. So far so good. It has been beautiful ever since we left there. As you can see, all the smiles. So the skin is glowing. We will be discussing what are the signs of a toxic working environment. What are those signs you see and realize you are in a toxic working environment? One of them is I would say people being so much in your business, there are no work boundaries. Everybody wants to know, what is Isaiah doing? What is Isaiah up to? Who is Isaiah dating? Who is Isaiah's wife? Even things that are not even relatable to work. Yeah, everybody wants to know each and every aspect about your life. So I don't know what other sign we would say about maybe a toxic working environment.
I probably have two main ones which are very important. I'll just say uncertainty. You're not so sure where you'll be tomorrow, whether you'll be seated in the same seat, employed. That will be key. You're worried about your work, and every time you're trying to patch up everything so that you look like you're okay. And that it deprives you one thing, which is number two, peace of mind. You need to work. You need to have a healthy work environment, and at any one point you have a peace of mind. You cannot be troubled in the house and still come to work and you're still troubled. So I'd say a healthy work environment should be a place where you're able to achieve what you say you went to study. If not that, what passion, or rather what brought you to that employment is supposed to be your goal. If you find that you're deviating from that clearly, it's not a healthy working environment. I would call it that toxic kind of environment.
I would say the other thing would be a sign that you are in a toxic working environment is bad communication. As you said before, there should be a hierarchy of how communication should pass on from the senior management maybe to maybe even the juniors. But now when you're hearing information from everybody else, even from the support staff,
they know about you before you even know about
exactly.
You're about to be summoned, but you're not even aware that someone is coming, but other people are already aware that you're supposed to be summoned about something.
So bad communication. I think there should be a way in a company whereby communication goes down from, and there should be some policies put on cut across if this thing is supposed to remain at management level, it should be. And anybody who like, there should be
privacy,
consequences
privacy
that comes
and
with
confidentiality.
about anybody. So there should be like some consequences that people like have to face if at all you're not like meeting the companies. Did we even used to have like ethical and unethical kind of?
No.
They were not.
They were not there.
There were no such things. Like,
And having to get information through a third party, like clearly, if the boss wants to know something about us, it's only prudent enough to call me and ask me about that.
Oh yeah.
Instead of sending, I would call them spies or backbiters. You cannot be sitting with somebody yet that's their goal, to put you down, drag you down, drag you into mud. Yeah. So that is also one thing that I would say contributes to toxicity. Like you're about, she had said, being in somebody's business, but now in this case, think about it differently.
Yeah.
You're not in anybody's business, or it's not your intention, but you're being sent for a small fee to talk about me and know something about me.
And it's not even true to what like they are going to say out there.
At the end of the day, you know, when somebody is being paid, they can always add, they call it kongeza chumvi. They'll add anything to make sure that the story and the benefits they're getting from that story makes sense.
So yeah, another sign like you are in a toxic working environment is the fact that you are not allowed to make mistakes. You know,
and man is to error. I mean, we cannot reinvent the wheel.
So yeah, like imagine like you coming to a company and whereby 2 weeks like they think you have the knowledge and everything, you have the knowledge, you're supposed to even be practically doing things.
It's expected
of you like
the
to
moment
be
you
doing
walk
things,
in, you're supposed to be
to grasp everything.
And you're trying to match up with people who've been there for years, 10 plus a decade, and they have all the information, they know all this much. I mean, the training should take much longer, and I think probation period for most people
is 3 months.
Is 3 months, so it is expected after 3 months that you're able to vet me whether I've achieved the threshold. I may not be as good as the person who's been there for years, but in 3 months, yes, you're able to vet me, but you cannot judge me or vet me
or rather even compare me to people who have been there, like
then
in the company.
we all learn differently. The people who are slow, I tell people for the longest time I was unable to read in front of people, or not even able to sit and face people. Over time, look, I was given time and I've grown to be. So if you don't give people time, some things might never be manifested from them.
Very true. So comparison like maybe from people who have been there before, and also you know, like for example, like the company we used to work for, it's more of like a practical kind of, a mistake could happen, you know, and the minute like you make a mistake and somebody's telling you, and maybe you're so new to the company, you have to pay for that mistake. Are you trying to demoralize that person? You get a deduction like from your salary. Are you trying to motivate that person, or rather are you trying to demoralize that person? So there should be like a healthy kind of
actually I'll put it like this. Family businesses unfortunately are run by emotions. If there are no proper structures in a company, and the company is being run by a family, like a couple, the emotions, the husband might not like you, the wife likes you, or the wife likes you, the husband and husband. So the business more or less feels like you have to be at their mercy to please. Sorry to use that, you have to butilik to be able to be somewhere, because the bosses are they're all over your business. If not, this boss has an issue with you and tells the other boss, then it's more like a meeting between them without even getting the facts straight. You're on the hangman's nose, doghouse.
So mistakes are like allowed until you get to know. In case maybe it's like a repeated mistake, you've been told this over and over again, then
action can be taken,
you can take an action, but not like I'm so new and now I'm not allowed to. Human is to error, you know. And
but at the end of the day, we've all gone through a school that had a process, and that's why there's grade 1, grade 2, and I mean, you'd go up the ladder, meaning they need to give you time to get there. Unfortunately, you cannot be judged by your doings when you're still in grade 1.
Very true.
And you can be also in grade 2, but you are not a fast learner. You're still a slow. They need to give you the ambience to make you grow.
You need to be conversant with the environment.
You're becoming part of the family, so it's not expected that you be at par with the people that are there, but over time, definitely you achieve that.
Another thing, like you are in a toxic working environment, is the fact that there is no employee growth. Like when I look back at where we were, Like
very important.
very important. Like when I look at where we were before, I don't understand why I would be 10 years in the same position for over like 10 years or over a decade maybe. Same position, maybe, and the salary increment has been stunted like to even, it's not even like more than, I think,
like teardrops.
You know, so when you go to a company and you see like, oh, I've been 10 years in and this is who I am, this is where there's not so much growth as you see.
You need to show your 10 years of work with the difference in you. People need to see it in you. Like, let me not talk about multinationals, but even the government. Actually, the government is the best employer. As I would say, you can come in as a secretary.
Yeah.
You go study a course that elevates your grades, and your credentials are good to go to another position. And government definitely will recognize where education is involved. They will always promote you based on your skills and also your education. But now when you're working for a company where your skills are at that level, but your salary does not show basically where you are in this duration. But in fact, 10 years would be a long time to give as an example. Every year you're supposed to have financial growth, and if not from a remuneration part where they've increased your salary, the salary is supposed to be it's called rollover. Like every new year there's a certain percentage of increment you get based on your years of service
and experience. So if you go to a company whereby you realize like there are people who have been there's not so much about their lives that has changed. You know, we are all working like to like be better people, you know, better your life, you know, a better tomorrow. But you're in a position whereby for me to get to the next level, I'll have to take 5 years, and maybe these 5 years, like I'm just getting 10 years of salary increment. Like I think that's stunted growth, and I don't think it's a healthy working environment.
That by itself is not healthy. I'm sure, like we said, today in grade 1, you'll notice the difference in what you study in the second year. So if your salary does not grow as you age, then that should be a problem. Everybody aspires to get to the peak of their life, and the peak of their life is where things are working for them. The salary, everything changes from when you are young. Definitely, I joined the company back in the day. I had one wife and one kid. I've had so many kids after that. It's supposed to show the difference. The number of the kids shows the years of, something like that. I don't know. But clearly, if there's no growth for you, you need to strategize something different.
So the next sign, like you are working in a toxic working environment, is the fact that the workers are so unmotivated. Nobody feels like they want to do this, because it's either today they are stressed, tomorrow they're having a bad day. It's either maybe your boss is like screwing you up, coming up with different kind of stories, like. So people are so unmotivated, and there's no growth even as a company. There's no growth. There's not even so much production of things that, like the things that you're doing. There's not so much of work that is going on. It's all about maybe gossip in the office. People come to show up because by the end of the month I'm getting paid.
I'm getting a salary.
But there's nothing even to motivate you, like even as employees. Like when I look back, was there anything that used to motivate us back in the day?
And that actually poses a very nice example that I have. Remember we had like, let's say in this company, being a design company, there's now the management, the office where the designers sit, the salespeople, the secretary and all that. But you also have the support staff, or should be called the site staff, who actually do the actual work. And when you talk about motivation, there was a bridge between the office staff and the support staff, the site workers. Where they would feel like the people who are working on in the office are paid, their remuneration is better than them. Yet the people who do the actual work that the company is credited for. Like, what those guys are the best in,
in the whole country.
When the compliment comes and the person who's actually done the actual work is not feeling that, that is already the motivation, number one. And to be honest, it builds up over time. It gets to a part where, you remember Kenyans had this slogan, Punda Amechoka. When that guy's motivation goes low, the productivity of the company definitely will not be there. Because they're the people who actually
in fact, they're the people who are holding the company.
Yes. So that, the bridge I was talking about will be the site people will start treating the office people differently because they believe they get a chunk of what they go to labor for most of the time.
Yeah.
So they would, I remember statements like, nyinyi watu wa ofisi na mnalipanga vizuri na mnaonanga vibaya, hata mtutetei. You know, it becomes like
it was a whole, even
because there are no structures, they would feel like we being in that office are not doing anything about them. So even in this now, from that we come to the office where the office still has people like kitchen staff. These are people who hardly they would see the boss, yes, but they would hardly be have the confidence to actually talk
even
to the boss,
approach them.
And in any case, they need even not to approach the boss in case, let's say, for their salary increment. It was in such a way that if you didn't see the boss, then you're not able to get pay increment. And the structures that are there are biased. They are favored. They favor people. So you find, if I know for example, the HR, I'll talk to the HR, then I'll talk to the boss about my issue. Some people now in my capacity, I would meet the boss straight and tell them, look, man, I've been on this pay for the longest time. So what about those people who are not able to talk to either of these people? They end up being demotivated, and they end up, you know, the biggest thing about toxic work environment is that mental health. Now it trickles down to mental health. Somebody works, but they don't even know why they're working. Maybe it's just because they don't have an option. If given an option, they'll be out of there like.
It's just because they need to provide, they need to put something on the table.
And we all have needs.
We all have needs, and people, like, when I look at our boss back then, he used to take advantage of the fact that even if you leave today, I'm going to replace you with somebody else. People, like, we have so many people who are jobless, you know, but sometimes, like, when I look at you and like me saying like you are an asset to the company, it's because of the work and the experience you've had, you know. And I'm so sure right now they're feeling the heat. They're feeling the heat because the fact,
you know, they don't. To be honest, they will never own up. They will always imagine they're where they are. Unfortunately, we still have clients who work. I actually go there, support them. So we walk there, and clients tell me there's something that is amiss here. One, either the customer care is poor. Number two, either they don't have the products. They're busy. I'm sure their business right now is not looking at how to grow the business. It's basically how to pull down the business. Because I think after we left, a series of people left. You can count up to 10 people. And I'm wondering if you're a keen boss,
you should ask yourself some questions. You know,
10 people who have the vast experience and the knowledge for time are leaving the company. Or let's even say it the way he likes it. He's fired 10 people at a go, and those are the people who have been long serving there. Where is the bottom? You know, a company
there is a miss somewhere.
A company grows based on the momentum that comes from. You cannot bring a new person to finish a race that they don't know how it started. So clearly, those are the things. When I look at the company, I say they need to rethink for them, but still on the topic toxic work environment, those are the things you should, as a boss,
you should ask
why are my people leaving?
Get to the bottom of it, you know. Do not be fed up because you know, like, the manager is just telling you this and this is happening, you know. Go to the bottom. But would you even like blame them according to their culture?
No. I would say this, to be honest. I would take the bosses as father and mother figures. When you have one child that has gone astray, and even as I'm a believer of the Bible, they say you can leave the 99 sheep to go look for that one sheep. That is one thing as ethics that he did not pursue, which is very important. Why that person? Why should you believe somebody who's feeding you information about somebody, yet you're able to ask those people to give you the side of the story? Definitely, I'd be on a defensive mode trying to secure my job. But see, at the end of the day, you'd get out of that the energy when you're talking. You'll be able to ascertain some things and be able to make a proper judgment rather than a one-sided.
Just working on based on what you've had.
Then intimidation.
And a lot of intimidation.
Like, unfortunately right now,
because I remember
they're not able to call me right now.
I remember a while back, there's a time, I don't know what I was doing, and the GM told me, you know what, I don't think you have something else you can do. If you had something else you could do, you could be there. I was like, oh wow. And that was the time I was like planning my exit strategy.
So that was a tick on your checklist.
So I was like, you know what, clearly it looked like I don't know what I'm doing here, but in real sense I know what I'm doing here.
But right now I would say you look happier. you're glowing.
Oh, baby, you
So
look
anyway,
happier.
back to that. Back to that.
Another sign I would say for a toxic working environment is the fact that there is no work and life balance. You know, I'm so sure Isaiah right now, because you're flexible, you work. I would say you work remotely, and you're able to see like maybe your family.
No, correction, I have an office.
Oh, you
I
have an office?
not
Yes.
one, I have 2 offices.
Yes,
Yeah.
but you have much more time to spend like with your family.
Yes.
Like, right now you're seated here with me, we're having this conversation like it's on a Saturday. Where would we be if we were in that company right now? Where would we be right now?
Oh my God.
I think we used to have only Sundays for ourselves, you know.
Yeah.
And on Sunday you're supposed
half
to
day Saturday, which part of it will be used in mobility,
Mobility, yeah.
from point A to point B.
Maybe
But
not like a
nonetheless,
site.
even not just talking about that space, rather that company, I would talk on behalf of other companies.
Yeah.
You see, we spent like 80%, if not, let's say more than 50%. Actually, 50% will be biased. Let's say between 70 to like 80% of the time in the office, or rather at our workplace.
Places, yes.
If this place is not conducive for you to work, imagine the energy that you're taking back home. You've given them the least of time, yet you're bringing them the biggest of baggage.
Yeah.
Work environment should be peaceful and conducive, not toxic.
As happy,
the
as
energy
conducive
starts from
as it
there.
could be.
Because if I'm coming from work, I've been paid and I'm a happy person. My
family is
people
going to
feel
be
the
happy,
happiness.
yes.
Yeah. So as much as I'll be giving them the least of time, they are always encouraged by the things I do for them.
Very
If I come back home happy,
Yeah.
the energies are taken to my kids,
Yeah.
to my wife. You know, those are the kind of things we talk about work and
Work-life balance.
Yeah, work-life balance.
Yeah.
Because we cannot run away from the fact that we'll spend more time at work, than at home.
Yeah.
But let the work environment be good in such a way that by the time you're getting home,
Yeah.
the minimal time you're giving to your people has nothing that will be negative. There's no bad energy from
Very
where you
true.
come from. Yeah.
So, and the next one would be, how do you deal with a toxic working environment? Like, for example, we went all through that. So, what was the first thing that we did, like, when you realized, like, I'm in a toxic working environment? I think the first thing that came into mind was, like, you know, at first I wanted to be there, you know, learn, like, get the experience. But I was like, no, I don't think I can do this anymore. So, I think the first thing I did was, like, try to look for an exit plan, you know, like who can I talk to for me to be able to get something else to do, or like something else to do, because I'm waking up here, I am unhappy. I don't even see my friends anymore. The salary is not like as good. The time I'm committed there and versus the salary doesn't even really make sense, you know. And these people, I think in their head, like the people like in the company, like in their head, they used to think they pay us so much, like
Goals.
we are, they pay us so much that we are totally dependent on the fact that we are dependent on that company. To an extent, somebody would have like the audacity to even tell you, you know what, like without this company, I think you're nothing. But you're not God. Like you wouldn't even predict what tomorrow might.
Yet that would be the reverse. Without
Exactly.
you, the company will not be doing as good.
You know?
Yeah. Though I would imagine, for me, I wouldn't think about an exit plan immediately. If the structures are good, I think in my position, maybe I was a senior of my department,
Yeah.
I would go to the next person who's senior to me.
Oh yeah.
And, just voice it over, see whether it's able to be sorted at that level. They would know how, like, if they're equipped with the skills and the professionalism to handle such issues, they're able to sort it at their level. And if in case it's something that needs the higher management or the person higher than them, it will be taken there before it gets to the upper management.
Yeah.
And to the point at which where somebody can tell you that you're replaceable or show you signs that
You're
not important,
yeah.
clearly that tells you already the environment is not conducive, and that's where the toxicity starts.
Very true. But in this case, like for example, like for us, do you think there was even you to go to the person you're reporting to and tell them
That's why I talk about the professionalism.
Yeah.
You see, you'd look at the person you're supposed to go report to, and clearly they lack what? The professional skills
professionalism,
and the professionalism to handle matters. You know,
Yeah.
it's either they are biased before you even start,
or rather they have their own
prejudgment.
Yes.
So I would say, and that's why I use the word proper structures. If the proper structures are there, I'm sure by the time you're getting your course, let's assume you're a manager. There are courses in management that you'll do on how to handle employees and things like that. So with no proper background,
and the things that
you're
should
not
be
able
handled
to,
on the management level, that they're not even supposed to go to
trickle down.
the directive kind of.
Now in this case,
you know,
it was witch hunt. Like you do something, trust me, less than 24 hours. 24
it's not
hours,
even it's not even 24 hours.
less than 15 minutes.
15
the
minutes.
bosses know, and it's some things you could be, and that's where I think leadership starts. As a leader, you handle things at your level. If it's impossible at your level, then you can escalate to the
them.
next, not the higher level, next level. I mean, as it said, bring your requests and prayers to God. We know our fallback plan is God, unless we are able to be in touch with that. But if there was anything in between, consider the structures before you get to the top management.
Another thing, like to deal with a toxic working environment, is like look who you can talk to about like the toxicity. Maybe talk to them. Maybe I think we used to have like people like in the company who they feel like they are fed up and like they're full of emotions. Look for somebody you can talk to. Then like get a job for you somewhere else. Then that would work. And also look for people like you feel in your heart, like if I tell this person, they won't judge me, they won't have like some sort of like judgment according to what I am telling them, because like there could be two sides of the story, and maybe you in real sense you might not even be working and everything, you're not even productive, but somebody comes and like maybe bashes you and everything. If I approach this person, I'm just it's going to be just me and him, me and her, and that's going to be it. I won't hear it from a third party, even if I'm like looking for another job, I wouldn't hear like at HR calling me, I understand you're looking for another job, your computer we saw at you're
it's
looking
actually they're supposed to be helping you help the company grow. Like if they see like I have some setbacks that are pulling me from not being productive in the company, they should call you for a meeting, and it should be a one-sided, and it shouldn't be a one-sided show. Let me give them my version of why I think I'm not productive in that sense. And I'm sure by the time you're thinking of looking for another job, is that all avenues are not working, and you've thought about, let me leave for the next opportunity.
Very true. So I think, and the last one is like have compassion for yourself. It's never that serious. Do not risk your life for a job. Do not go into depression because of a job. Do not feel like, if you die today, something happens to you, if you get like an accident today, God forbid, and maybe you're paralyzed, these people, they won't even think twice of replacing you.
They'll replace you immediately.
Exactly. So do not go overboard, like you want to keep this job and it's so toxic, it's affecting you mentally, it's affecting maybe your family, it's affecting how you even relate with other people. Don't let it get to that point. Have compassion.
Because like we said, you spend 70 to 80% of your time at work. So imagine that stress, that toxic environment, bringing it to the house. You're clearly living in 100% in a toxic environment, both home and at work. So the moment you find yourself there, we've had cases of mental health, which has been something that has not been discussed, and I'm sure that is attributed by the environment that you're working. Toxicity brings mental challenges, and mental challenges can drive into stress, depression, frustration, name it. And we've had cases where people have committed suicide, they've written notes. And especially with the police services, where we've seen such things, because they're gun holders, shot the wife, shot the kids, and shot themselves. You shouldn't get to that point. Talk. Number one, if the immediate management cannot hear you, look for an exit strategy. It doesn't have to be immediate, like I'm thinking. You can plan, like if you're really dependent on that source of income, plan like in the next 3 months, regardless of the changes, I won't be here, because at times they can give you small amounts to just change your mindset. But if you already see that you'll still be back to the same wheel, plan. Let's say my money for 3 months is meant for me to move to the next job or to start something else. But again, talk it out. Look for a pillar. I'm sure everybody in their life that they look forward to. I have my pillars that I talk to when I'm feeling like I'm down, look for somebody that you'll be able to talk to. Somebody will not judge you, will hear you, give you their honest opinion, and also be ready to also receive criticism. It's part of life.
So, and above all, trust in God. You know, like when
believe you're a believer. I mean, we come
God.
from different denominations. Christians, Muslims, and I believe there's a higher being. And I can tell you, He knows your purpose in this world. So don't frustrate yourself with those thoughts. You're as important today as you'll be tomorrow. We need you. Everybody needs you. So just trust in God. And I can tell you one thing: when God's timing is best, I never thought I would leave a company. She probably had that strategy. I didn't. It got me off guard. That shows you two people.
But that strategy, as I told him earlier on, that strategy, when I look at it right now, it would have failed. What I thought would be a strategy for me, it wouldn't have worked out. But God had another plan for me.
And I'm sure God has a plan for you. So in my case, to be honest, I think it was time when God has really realized that I want to change you, but you're not resisting. So let me work with the system. Remember, even in the Bible, it's something say there's a verse where it says you need to respect the law because the law has been put there by God. So in this case, He used the law, and the accusations came, and they had to be validated according to them. To date, I still believe I'm way innocent, but it was God's plan for me to live, and I can tell you for free, there's nothing beautiful as God's will for you. First, as much as we're saying, seek help from your pillars and all, or your friends and that. I think that above all, number one, before you even start reaching to us, God will send you to the right person to talk to. I can tell you that for free, and it's been such a blessing. I'm a believer. I would never put any other denomination. I think lesser than what I believe, because I believe your prayers, whichever where you believe God from, He answers your prayers.
Very true.
Focus on Him. Then number two, talk to people. And out of that interaction between you, me, and the others, I have friends that are not your friends, and they might have opportunities that I don't have. So the moment you reach out to me and tell me that this is what I'm looking for as a strategy, how are you able to help? I might not be the immediate help to you, but if I talk to one or two, three people
of your friends,
definitely I know you'll be blessed.
So I'm glad for having this.
Lovely.
I'm glad you made time to come.
We'll always make time. And she had asked me something else. This was actually not the main reason I was coming. It happened as a coincidence that we left almost at the same time. The reason I was supposed to be in this channel was because of relationships. There's something interesting coming.
But
soon.
I thought, we will be doing something soon. I thought because what really brought us, I would say, close was the fact that we used to work together. I love the sound. There was so much happening. We worked
together, and the exits were this.
The exit was. But he didn't know I was leaving the company. So but I'm happy. I'm so happy for this. Thank you for making time. Tell them, if in case you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. And in case you are in a toxic working environment, start to plan 2023. Please do not stay there. It's never that serious. Please.
God's time is best.
Reach out. Tell us what's your IG handle. They can always reach.
You can reach out this good to me. I prefer people reaching to me through my personal line. That will be shared. I mean, when you
it will be
down
on
the
description.
comments,
Description box.
It will be there. You can reach out to me. And like I said, I'm a food lover. No, I didn't say about the food lover. I only spoke about the Mercedes. But I'm a food lover, so I have a food page, food_Luhutsa. I have a page for my family. It's called Luhutsa_Empire. And so many other handles. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, same name. But you're reachable better to me via my line. It will be in the description. Or below your comments, you'll be able to reach out. Just drop down your number and I'll reach you. He's
one of the most comfortable people to always have a conversation. I've never told him this before. He won't judge you. It's never that serious with you.
As they put it, don't sugarcoat it.
If
it's smeared with mud, we'll tell you with mud.
Yes. Sometimes you won't like it.
Unfortunately, I just have to be real.
Yeah, yes. But he will tell you when you sit down and look at it like in a different, you'll be like, ah, yeah, what Isaiah is telling me is so true. So, and it's been interesting, guys. I say it again, as I say again, if in case you haven't like subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, bye bye.